Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the narcissist's worst nightmare when you do this thing. What is it that you can do that terrifies them and also completely dismantles their control over you? We're going to be going over that today in this video. If you are new here, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a globally recognized negotiations specialist, especially in high conflict communication. And I'm also the author of best-selling books such as Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win, and Negotiate Like You Matter. And I would love for you to stick around. Please subscribe and hit that bell so that you can become the best version of yourself. Let's dive in to how to break free from that narcissist. So the thing about narcissists is that you have to understand that they are, even though they act heinous and horrible, and they're trying very hard to, what it seems like, make your life as miserable as possible, they are desperate for your approval. They want you to see them as in control, as all powerful, as the person who is, you're in their grip, right? How do you break free from that? The first thing that sends them spiraling is when you stop seeking that approval. When you just start seeing them as like a toddler having a tantrum on the floor, when you're just like, I don't know, I don't think so. Because they thrive on controlling you and controlling how you see yourself. They manipulate you into seeking their validation, their approval all the time. The converse of that is it makes you feel less worthy. It makes you feel less successful. Let me tell you though, I always say narcissists are way more afraid of you than you are of them. You're the one that has the value. So as soon as you stop seeking their approval, you become their worst nightmare. So let's say you're in a relationship with a narcissist and they always give you backhanded compliments like, oh, I guess you did it okay this time. Instead of feeling crushed or feeling like you need to work harder for their approval, you can just simply be like, I don't need your validation, but thank you. I know that I did a good job, but thank you anyway. Then you stop letting their opinion define you, and it shakes them to their core, because they know that they're losing that grip over you. Comment below if you have ever experienced a narcissist trying to control you with approval or disapproval. How did you respond? It's time for you to break free. So I want you to put that in the comments below. Break free, because it's so time to break free. Let's get a conversation going so we can support each other right here in this powerful, powerful community. So the second thing that you can do to become a narcissist's worst nightmare is set those steel boundaries, those super steel boundaries. I always say, put that invisible shield down around you, and you are just now saying, you know what? I'm going to start seeing you for who you are, and I'm no longer going to be part of your games or you're part of your manipulations. And so you're not just setting these boundaries, you also need to enforce them. Narcissists hate boundaries because it signals that you are no longer allowing that supply source to come through, right? You are no longer available for manipulation or for them to overstep anymore. So if a boss, a narcissistic boss, continues to text you after hours expecting you to be available and respond right away instead of complying, you can just, or even responding back. I mean, you just respond back and say, I'm happy to address work-related issues during business hours. I will respond when I'm back in the office. And by sticking to this boundary, you're making it clear they no longer have agency over you, that they no longer have power over you. They no longer have the power to invade your personal space or your personal time. And this is when the narcissist realizes that you're no longer playing their game. Yes, they might lash out. Yes, they might act like a baby. Yes, they're going to probably have a tantrum, but that's okay. That's their problem. It's not your problem. All right. You need to stay firm. Of course, don't do anything that's going to jeopardize your safety. If safety is an issue, that's a whole different thing. When you are dealing with a narcissist, let them have their tantrum. Their triggers are their responsibility. Your triggers are your responsibility. If you need free phrases for disarming narcissists, go to disarmthenarc.com. Get my free phrases for disarming narcissists. Make sure you get those right away so you can start using them. And if you need additional support, join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. Then you can start to have support from all sorts of people who really do understand it. You really do see you and really do feel what you are feeling. It's so hard when other people just really don't understand the language of what they've been dealing with. So the next thing is that our indifference is the narcissist kryptonite. I mean, this could be one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal because they don't want to be ignored. They don't want to be just ordinary. They don't want to be somebody who's you're not jumping right to, whether they're getting anger out of you, frustration, whatever it is that they can get any kind of rise out of you, they'll take it. They'll take it. But if you refuse to react and you just respond with indifference, it sends them into a tailspin because they're not getting their usual high from it. They're not getting that hit of emotion. It's almost like a hit of dopamine for them when they can get you going. So if they're throwing insults, if they're giving you the silent treatment, instead of you getting upset or reacting, just respond with calm indifference. And, okay, that's it. Just don't engage with them emotionally. This reaction drives them crazy because they can't figure out how to provoke you, which means they're losing control. This is kind of like that gray rock mentality. All right. This is one of the things that they hate the most. If you guys have ever done this, I'm just curious to know how it worked out for you. I'm sure it was probably no fun because they just can't handle it, but that's okay. That's their problem. And they will eventually go and slither off and find their supply source somewhere else. You don't continue to be their supply source. Have you ever met somebody, they started off to be the most charming, charismatic person you've ever met in your life. Then they turned out to be your worst nightmare. And then when you go to negotiate with them, they're a living hell. Well, I developed something called the SLAY method of negotiating with narcissists, and it has helped tens of thousands of people in more than 150 countries win, go from feeling drained and defeated to getting the outcomes they want. And the reason why it works is because I spent more than 20 years studying narcissism as a trial attorney, and now I'm here to help you win too, and also take your suffering and turn it into your superpower. Take your pain and turn it into profit, peace, and purpose as a highly specialized high conflict negotiation coach. If you want to learn how to do it, then just go to RebeccaZung.com/apply and I will show you how. Focus on your own growth and success. When you do that, that also becomes their worst nightmare because they certainly don't want you to become developed more personally. They want to keep you small. They want to keep you dependent on them. They want to keep you under their thumb, their purview of control. So when you start thriving on your own, whether it's in your career, in your relationships, your business, your personal life, it completely rattles them. It's very threatening to them. It's very threatening to them. You might not want them anymore. Being abandoned is their worst nightmare. So if you've been in that toxic relationship, you have that toxic boss, whatever it is, just know that they're downplaying your dreams and you cannot personalize that. They do that because they feel threatened. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. If you get that promotion, you improve your health, you lose weight, whatever it is, they don't like it. They try to sabotage you. They try to belittle your success. The fact that you may be moving on just simply terrifies them. Your success is your best revenge. You don't need to argue anything with them. You don't need to prove anything to them. And if they're not happy for you, if a person is not happy for you in your success and your personal development, then that is not the right person for you. Stop trying to make not your people, whether it's a friend, a family member, a spouse, whoever it is, it may not be the right person for you. Refusing to engage in their drama is another thing that drives them absolutely crazy. And when you do this, it does become one of their worst nightmares because they create chaos and conflict. That's what they do wherever they go. And why do they do that? Because it makes them look like they're all in control and everybody else is the crazy one. But if you stay calm, if you stay disengaged and you focus on solutions, it makes them powerless. It renders them powerless. So if you're in a negotiation with a narcissist, they're throwing out those insults, they're trying to hurl personal attacks at you, which I've seen them do. Instead of getting angry, instead of clapping back at them, you can calmly redirect the conversation and say, I'm here to discuss the terms. I'm here to discuss a resolution that is beneficial for both of us, but I'm not going to get into personal issues. I'm not going to be attacked personally. And this takes away their control because you're not going to get pulled into that toxic energy. It's like if somebody's pushing, and you're not pushing back, there's nothing there to push back at. Definitely check that out. Or check out doing one of those things. I would love to know which one of these tactics you are going to start with first. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure that you share it. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up because you want to make sure that other people who need access to this information is going to get access to this information. And if you need additional support, join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, because that will help you tremendously. There's so many people in there supporting each other. And if you need therapy, I have a sponsor on this channel. It's BetterHelp. And you can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung to get the therapy and help that you need. We receive commissions. It doesn't cost you any extra. We just want you to have access to resources that you can trust. There you have it. Those are the things that, when you do them, become the narcissist's worst nightmare, from breaking free of their approval to setting boundaries to staying indifferent, focusing on your own growth, refusing to engage in their drama. These are just a few things that can help you take your power back and take that power away from them, which of course is their worst nightmare. So if this video resonated with you, thumbs up, share it. And also make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell, because you don't want to miss out on any strategies in dealing with narcissists, outsmarting narcissists in negotiation. Creating great retail experiences is super tough nowadays, especially for people who have multiple locations. I don't even have multiple locations, but my staff is in multiple locations. So when you've got separate workflows, it's a lot. But you can do it without all the complexity. You can have a unified command center and bring everything together, especially if you've got places all over the world or staff all over the world. I use it for shop.rebeccazung.com to sell all my courses, all my super cool merch, and it makes it so easy. And I can even offer payment plans seamlessly. It just makes it so simple for my customers to shop wherever, whenever they want. And it gives my team the tools they need to close the deal every single time. And let's face it, acquiring new customers can be expensive, but with Shopify's POS, point of sale, you can keep the existing customers happy, go get new customers, new shoppers, and have a consistent, tailored experience and first-party data that gives your marketing team a competitive edge. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experience without complexity. That's shopify.com/negotiate. Make sure you check out my video. This is the only way to make narcissists respect you, even when they don't want to. All right, so make sure you watch that video next. Thanks for watching. Remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life, and I will see you in the next video.